A gay couple from Georgia.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
You're going here?
Yeah, man, we're going right here, man. This is where we start. Well, you could say we started with nearly 50 minutes into the stream, but this one needs addressing, man.
It does,
because
Mark.
it has
And
to be
you know
addressed.
What we did. I'm sure I briefly touched on this when it was happening. I'm sure we.
They hadn't been sentenced or none of that. Yeah. There was no sentencing. But okay, let's get into this.
Come.
A gay couple from Georgia will spend the rest of their lives in jail after they were convicted of sexually abusing their 2 adopted sons. The 2 accused, William and Zach, have been sentenced to 100 years in prison, each without the chance of parole. William is 34 years old, while Zach is 36. They earlier adopted 2 brothers who have now turned 12 and 10. From a Christian special needs agency, the children were raised by the gay couple under the guise of a happy family in the affluent Atlanta suburb. District Attorney Randy noted that William and Zach truly created a house of horrors and put their extremely dark desires above everything and everyone else. However, the depth of the way things happen is not greater than the resolve of those that fought for justice and the strength in the victims in this case. I want to get to exactly what they did. All right, so hear this now, people. So the 2 accused couple, used social media platforms to pimp the 2 brothers to at least 2 men in the local pedo ring. They were arrested after police caught an alleged member of the ring downloading child P. I'm going to call it P because I hate that word anyway. The person later informed the investigators how William and Zach used to make videos with their adopted sons living in their house. That's all you need to hear with that story. So basically, people, this gay couple adopted 2 brothers, young boys that are 2 years apart, and sold them, prostituted them out, and took advantage of them. Now, just for you Gumping Noble, the conversation with this one is this, and I'm going to say it straight, people ain't going to like it, but should that community be able to adopt youths, children? Now, people will say, it can happen with anyone.
It can.
However,
there is a higher probability, Mark, of it taking place within that community. Now, please, Mark, as we talk about this, put their faces up, man. Put their faces up. Put their damn faces up. These wicked demons, children of Satan. Yeah, because they were what? I was listening to a podcast, and someone was breaking down the statistics, and I double checked them, and I think it's okay. Right, so peep the statistics on this year. 40% plus more likely to have this type of situation take place if you're dealing with this community. 40% within a normal or straight coupling, it's not even double figures. It's not even double figures, Mark. So we're talking about a huge leap into depravity anytime you put children with these people. They're at risk. They're outside of this disgusting torture and abuse that these demons put the poor children through.
Let's put it on the screen, yeah.
Yeah, man. Put them up, man. Because as I say, outside of that most horrible stuff that's happened to them poor children, and they've got that trauma. They've got that trauma. They've been traumatized. They've been destroyed physically, spiritually, and emotionally. How those 2 boys are going to turn out as young adults, as teenagers, as men, most high willing, the hurt won't go on to be the hurter again. You know what I mean? Because unfortunately, in these kind of situations, with this pervasive, disgusting behavior of child abuse, child torture, I'm not putting any kind of stuff on that there to try and make it sound like something that it isn't. It's child abuse. Child abuse, man. And look, and this is what makes it even weirder. We're not just talking about some stupid sodomites gaming the system to get children to abuse. They were also connected to a religious institution, Mark.
See what I'm saying?
A religious institution which the principles are to protect children. Children are one of the most important things. Now, and you're supposed to guide and protect and, and do all those things. But yeah, we've got this. And again, on where them did there in the belly of the beast, they're in, as some people dub it, Faglanta, the gay capital, Sodom and Gomorrah / Babylon 2.0.
It's wild. It's wild.
Hey, Mark, I am disgusted. I am upset. And you know what? I stand corrected. When I initially spoke about this before, no, this wasn't this couple. Because there is another couple, another sodomite couple, who adopted 2 children, Mark. This is like a theme with these sick individuals. And they were original, Mark. 2 black boys. And they were doing all that nastiness too. This has got to stop, man. We got to protect these damn children. And it's clear here and in the wilderness of North America that Child Protection Services over there. And then on what the hell? What's that? Child's. Is CPS over here as well? No, it's Crime Prosecution Service.
Yeah, it's called CPS over there. Here it's called Social Services, isn't it?
Social Services.
Yeah, it's called Social Services.
Broadly. Yeah. So
yeah,
we know that they are putting at-risk children.
Round Christmas, yeah, I watched one of, like there's a lot of true crime channels on YouTube. So yes. I watched a true crime video. Now, based on me watching this, it started recommending a bag of different true crime stories for me to watch. So there was this one story I watched about a primary school teacher who would take advantage of children in the primary school. Now, one particular child he took advantage of, and this child reported it to her parents, and the parents went to the school. Now, when they went to the school, and the parents said, "Yo, I want to press charges and everything," 8 other allegations came out after that. So when I was watching it, I was like, damn, so he got away with it 8 times, and the 9th time, that child said something. So I was like, yo, that's absolutely crazy, because he's in a position of trust. So when I was thinking about it, I said, you know what would be the best thing in a situation like that, and maybe even globally, is to introduce cameras into a classroom. Now, some people would say, no, that we don't need to do that, but you got to look at it like this. It would protect the children from potential predators, and it would also protect innocent teachers from false accusations. So I thought that's an easy fix. Now, why I've brought up that story is because there are people out there, yeah, no matter how we want to flip it, there are people out there who are sick. They're sick and they're out there and they will take advantage of their position. So a teacher who's got them kind of urges or whatever, they're taking advantage of those children. Now, the story was so heartbreaking because the little girl turned into like an absolute rebel after that happened, Noble. She started failing school and just, it kind of mashed up her life, understandably. Now, with this kind of situation, you got to look at it like this, that although there's certain things that are being normalized in today's world, the reality is, yeah, certain men will use their position of authority to take advantage. Now, I get it that people will say, oh yeah, but this has got nothing to do with the fact that these individuals live their life a certain way. That may be correct, but the facts are that if these men are, I don't even want to really go to that side of things actually, but the facts are that these guys use their position as authority figures, which is parents, to not only abuse these children themselves, but to also gain financial rewards by prostituting them out also. These boys' life will never be the same ever again. No matter what happens, these boys will forever be damaged from this moment, from that point. It doesn't matter if you gave these guys the death penalty. Them boys will always have an issue with trust. They may not never fix that ever again in life. So with that being said, what I've read on the internet is that in the States, foster parents is like a dying breed.
Yes.
They're struggling. So that's why they've introduced fostering to couples that are from that type of background. And that's why you're hearing about like a lot of things like this taking place. And it's sad, man, because I feel like as each day goes by, children are less and less protected because it's an easy fix for most of these things. The classroom situation, a camera will sort it out. And people will say, oh, well, people's privacy. But when you go into a bank, yeah, is that place not cameraed from pillar to post? And all you're protecting is money?
Before you even get into the bank, when you leave your house and you're in a densely populated area, you're on, say, CCTV. They've got ANPR cameras that will follow your car everywhere you go. We are constantly surveilled. So there is no excuse, because in some nurseries, there's CCTV externally and internally. Why do they do that? To protect the children.
Exactly.
What did they say? No brainer. This is a no-brainer. They want to surveil us, but yet they don't want to. So you see where we're going with this? They want to surveil us, extract money from your vehicle using ANPR, etc., etc. But no, Mark, no, Noble. We're not putting any cameras into schools. We got to protect people's privacy. That's against human rights. We can't do that. But isn't it against my human rights to follow me around when I'm driving, or if I'm walking around a town centre?
Or you're in a bank. They're showing you that they value money more than children's safety. And that's how things like this happen. And that's it. I remember these men were on social media with the flag, smiling, doing all of that promotion of this thing. And they were promoted heavily too.
Yes.
And look what they were doing behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So every day, children are less and less protected, because the facts are, them children you shouldn't be in that position anyway. Now, some people might say, oh, that's an extreme view, but it's not, because imagine if it was me, like, who needed to be adopted as a child. Like, I'm not going to understand I'm going to be real with you. I'm not going to understand. I got two dads. You know what I mean? I'm not going to understand it. And plus, that's unfair to put me in that position, because even though I'm in the system, a traditional home, consists of what? We know what it consists of. So as a child, it should only be traditional. If not, keep me in a group setting, because you're now putting me in a situation where, I'm very vulnerable.
And you're 40% plus more likely to be abused.
Exactly.
We got to look at the statistics. They're shunning, the tradition and going with science. Well, including in science, we've got statistics and analytics. So based upon that, we can say, well, wait, you're not good fits. But then on the other hand, you've got parents, single people, couples who are vying, who are saying, look, I want to adopt, I want to foster, and they're having to jump through all kind of hoops, jump over all kind of hurdles, have multiple house visits, be credit checked, all kind of stuff, to be told you're not a right fit. But yet you're going to send children to sodomites down in Atlanta to be abused. Make that make sense.
It don't, and it never will. And this is why we say they're not. Are they really? Is their first concern really about protecting children? Because if me, who's not a politician, can come up with a fix that easy, put a camera in a classroom, this situation, I would say, altogether, you just don't make it run. You know what I mean? Just like how think about it, the system tell you this. If you, let's say you was in primary school, yeah, and you touched another child or something like that happened. No, but you're gonna go on the sex offenders, yes. And that means for the duration of your life, you'll never do certain jobs. Mm-hmm. So I'm showing you that they're showing you that certain things can never be forgiven.
Nope.
And that's a fact. I agree with them on that. But I'm saying with this type of situation, the only way it could probably run, matter of fact, I don't think it can run, actually. I don't think it can run because there's
not adapting. The only way it can run, and it does run, is if, and it happens. I mean, it happens more and more frequently these days because that gang is promoted very heavily. You'll have a 35-year-old who has 2 children. They now break up with the husband or the wife, and now I'm part of this gang. I've got 2 children. I've now got, it's me and this other gal, we're carpet munching and doing all the rest of the stuff. And we're going to raise my 2 daughters in this kind of something. That's how it happens. Yeah. So we're not talking about adopting. They've already got the children. They've already grown up with a male and female in the house. They broke up now. And now mommy is with mommy. I got 2 mummies.
Yeah. Wild. So, yeah, man, it's a crazy story.